Coming up next, America's Most Wanted against Team Canada.
It was earlier this week on Impact that we addressed the international appeal of the X Division. Wrestlers from around the world looking to prove that their country and their particular style is the best. And when you think of Team Canada, there's no question that this week on Impact, they're looking to broaden their horizons beyond the X Division. There you see the coach, Scott D'Amore, and he is joined by team captain, Petey Williams, and Bobby Roode. And when you're talking about expanding those horizons beyond the X Division, Don, let's just say that Team Canada has just the perfect opportunity to do that this week.
They have so much talent.
Well, for over 2 years, the Wildcat Chris Harris and the Tennessee Cowboy James Storm have dedicated their wrestling lives to becoming the best tag team in TNA today. And with an unprecedented 4 times as the NWA World's Tag Team Champions, America's Most Wanted has accomplished exactly that. AMW has delivered, and as we see them come to the ring, Don, without their familiar ring gear, I'm reminded of the fact that this Wednesday on pay-per-view, this man, Chris Harris, his tag team partner, James Storm, they get their chance at revenge against the Naturals.
Oh, and revenge is what they want. Not only did they get their ring gear stolen, the Naturals came out, interrupted their tag team championship match on the anniversary show, and humiliated them by putting lipstick and makeup on them. And I'll tell you something, they better get that out of their mind. They better focus on this Team Canada, because let me tell you something. Petey Williams, Bobby Roode, think about that combination. Like you said, they're broadening their horizons. They're delving into different factions here at TNA. They took in the speed of Petey Williams, the power of Bobby Roode, and when you think about it, Mike, it could be a pretty devastating tag team.
We are also endeavoring to stay on top of the breaking story involving Vince Russo's decision on whether he picks Jeff Jarrett or Ron the Truth Killings to be the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. Our TNA broadcast colleague, Shane Douglas, I'm just getting word he's on his way to the office of the Director of Authority, Vince Russo, to try and get us an update.
Team Canada, you're also going to get to see in action next Wednesday night. Are you ready for this combination, Mike? They're going to take on the team of the suicidal, genocidal, homicidal Sabu and Sanjay Dutt. They'll take on Team Canada.
That's this Wednesday on the pay-per-view. You mentioned Sabu. I have a question. Do you think Wednesday night we will find out if Sabu will finally answer the challenge of Raven?
Oh, he's conflicted, Mike. He's torn between the emotions of a promise he made to the Sheik and of the pride that he's now having to deal with.
What we mentioned earlier about Shane Douglas backstage, I understand that we have a camera getting into position in the backstage area at the office of the NWA's Director of Authority, Vince Russo, and there you see him, Shane Douglas. He's standing outside Russo's office. He's waiting word for Russo and Dusty Rhodes. I guess they're still in conference, Don.
Tough decisions, Mike, and they just don't. I mean, it's not going to be an easy one, and they're looking at they're probably looking at the tape, they're looking at every part of that to see who was involved. As you see the Wildcat Chris Harris right now with Bobby Roode, and look at the strength of the Wildcat.
High elevation with the vertical suplex. The strength of Harris shows as he holds Roode into the air and then crashes him down to the canvas. The follow cover, far legs hook, only able to get a 2 count. You know what, AMW cannot fall into a trap here, as we see D'Amore, Coach D'Amore, cheering on Team Canada from ringside, is that look-ahead factor, Don. The grudge match is this Wednesday against the Naturals. You mentioned it earlier. You cannot look past Team Canada.
Oh, absolutely not. But if there's one team that won't look past them, it's the 4-time tag team champs, America's Most Wanted. For those of you first viewing Impact, watch how these guys do the teamwork. Like right there, as Wildcat sets him up for the Cowboy, and it goes vice versa and back. These guys are the epitome of a team tag.
They really are, Don, in my opinion, the best tag team in TNA today, and I think they've proven that to the world.
Look at this right there. They use every option available to them, every opportunity that they can. They just set Bobby Roode up right there, and they use Petey Williams to take him down.
Harrison Storm, AMW, take both members of Team Canada, Williams and Roode, out to the floor and take total control of this tag team non-title matchup. Wait a minute, I'm getting word, Don, that we need to take a commercial break. The good news is that while we're away, the tape machines are going to be rolling. Let's keep your eye on this action in the ring as Team Canada tries to turn this around. When we return, it's more action with AMW and Team Canada. We're back on Impact as the tag team matchup involving Team Canada and America's Most Wanted continues. Check out the action in the ring where you see the Tennessee Cowboy James Storm on the receiving end of the submission hold from Bobby Roode. Don, while we were away, check out the action.
Oh, look at right here as Petey Williams catches the Cowboy James Storm, and then Storm comes right back with the kick. Great reaction, great counter by James Storm.
But also during that break, after that basement drop kick by Storm, Team Canada has turned this matchup totally in their favor, working primarily on the leg of the Tennessee Cowboy James Storm. Tag in to Team Canada captain Petey Williams, who puts the boots to Storm.
2 weeks in a row here that America's Most Wanted facing a team that they've never seen before. And I'll tell you something, this Team Canada has been so good in the X Division action and the X Cup action that they are really getting experience together. They seem like a team that has been around for so long. But what a devastating hit that Petey Williams took to the mat.
Desperation move as Storm hit his variation of the power bomb on Petey Williams. You can see that he's trying to regroup, trying to get his bearings, trying to get to the corner, and trying to get his tag team partner, the Wildcat Chris Harris, into the ring, and he does. There's the hot tag to Harris, on fire with lefts.
Look at this guy. He's coming in with a house of fire as he's throwing. Oh, he just nails him again and just slams him, and then he takes Petey Williams down.
AMW has turned this thing around. Full Nelson slam by Harris, cover, and it's in. No! Kick out right at just the 3 mark. Almost got the pin. You see the countdown clock winding down. Under 3 minutes of this matchup, and looking on, our judge in attendance, the living legend, Larry Zbyszko. If this match goes the time limit, he will be the individual who would render a decision and pick a winner.
I'll tell you what, Mike, that's something we haven't seen before here in Impact, and with only about 2.5 minutes left, it would behoove you to be very aggressive down here at the end, because the last impression you want the judge to have is the impression that you're in total control at the end of this match. And look at what's going on here. This is crazy. No way! No way!
Bodies all over the impact zone.
Can we see that again? Is it possible? Unbelievable as they're laid out in the mat.
Like the Tower of Doom.
Everybody, just look at this right here, folks. This is what Total Nonstop Action is all about. Look at this, it's so dangerous. The high risk. Oh, Cowboy. Wildcat Chris Harris takes the brunt of it from being on the top.
Yeah, Harris really took the worst of it. Mid-ring, both men go for the clothesline. Roode and Storm and both men down. All 4 men. In the 6-sided ring as referee Mike Posey puts in the count.
About a minute and a half left, Mike. A decision's going to have to be made here. They have been so equal, so even. I wouldn't want to be Larry Zbyszko right now. No! The spear!
He measured him perfectly. Drilled him with the spear. Oh! Walked right into the power slam from Roode. Cover. Team Canada gets a 2 count on Harris.
So close, but Wildcat Chris Harris just gets enough. And now the Cowboy James Storm coming in, but the boot up by Bobby Roode.
Roode from the middle rope. Gonna try and swing out with a tornado DDT, but it's blocked. Oh! The ring apron Storm hit the super kick.
What an unbelievable kick as he said, there he goes!
Slingshot into the cross body blocked by Storm on Roode. Meanwhile, back in the ring, Petey Williams and Harris. Harris just powered him down. Can the Wildcat put him away to get AMW the win as we go under a minute?
It's gonna be, whoa, wait a minute, oh! Again!
Andy Douglas with the Chase Stevens with the steel chair shot, and the Naturals have hit the ring, and they've laid out AMW. Petey Williams cover.
Oh, come on!
Team
the winners of the match, Team Canada!
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, if they've ever had a reason to get their revenge on the Naturals, they've got it this Wednesday night, as the grudge match will be AMW versus the Naturals.
There's no question. AMW is going to be in revenge mode this Wednesday night. When they get the Naturals, they're gunning for payback.